Hello viewers, Ed Shanahan back from the unexplained world, here bringing you another look, another tour of a location. Let's first start out with, we're going to go backwards in my presentation to you and bring you something that's historical, haunting location. People have seen stuff, but as I said, we're walking backwards. We're working backwards on this. We're going to show you the burial spot first of two famous Chicago mystery deaths and paranormal locations. So I'm again in Holy Sepulchre Cemetery, also location of Mayor Daley's gravesite, and as I've shown on a past video, Chicago's miracle child, Mary Alice Quinn. But right here, I'm going to show you the headstone of two very sad by the way they died individuals. Headstone, gravesite, the Grimes sisters. As you can see, Barbara and Patricia Grimes are buried here. One was 15, the other was 13. And what brought them to their timely death, nobody yet knows. But where they were found, I will show. The Grimes sisters, they were just going out to venture to go see Love Me Tender when it made it to the movie theaters. Elvis Presley's Love Me Tender movie, but they never made it there. This is where their final resting spot allegedly is, but the stories told may tell something different. Hello viewers, I'm giving you a rare treat. I'm taking you, let me turn on the radio, I'm taking you on the way to where the Grimes sisters were found, but on my way there, I'm going to give you a treat and show you the cemetery and other places where this is a cemetery where Resurrection Mary comes from and is buried. I will give you more of a view of it. I will even pull up to the gates in a second. Okay, we're on historic Archer Avenue Road, and this is the one near Resurrection Cemetery where Resurrection Mary, people have said they've seen her. And I will take you up to the gates. Let me also recommend, highly recommend that nobody do what I'm doing, driving with the camera held to one eye while looking out the other. Okay? This is one of the gates to Resurrection Cemetery. It's not open at this time. You see the big old sign, no trespassing? Okay? Let's see if we can find the other gate. There's a huge, huge mausoleum, and that's all stained glass windows. So, okay. Okay, I'm turning in to the area that you would pull into the Resurrection Cemetery. Now, I'm not going to go around, not on this trip anyways, recording it, but just giving you a view of it. Okay, where you would turn in, turning around. And these are the gates that had fingerprints of a person, and the gates were bent. And as I scan over and zoom in, I believe those were the gates. They've been painted over and stuff like that. But as you can see, there's a bending in the gates. It would almost be at the level of somebody's hands, a small woman's. And there were fingerprints in them at one time. So, this is Resurrection Cemetery. And that's the road back onto Archer Avenue. Okay? And we'll give you more of a tour of Archer 2 on the way to the Crime Sisters. Now here is more of the cemetery, as you can see as I drive by it. It is a huge, huge cemetery, Resurrection Cemetery. So that's more of it. Now I'm going to show you a cemetery that's even eerier to me than, well, Resurrection isn't at all, but this is called Bethania Cemetery, right next to Resurrection. And let me tell you, heebie-jeebies going in there for sure and wandering around. Okay? And that's also on Archer Avenue. It's what I call the Archer Triangle. So the paranormal triangle of the southwest side. Now what I'm doing is I'm taking you into the historic, paranormal, basically city, if you want to call it that, of Willow Springs, Illinois. As you can tell, we're still on Archer Avenue. This used to be an Indian travel. This is the land, this is a road. This is the way the Indians would travel here on the southwest side and into Willow Springs. The weather changed. It's been rainy since I left the Grimes sisters at Holy Sepulchre, their burial plot. It's been raining on and off. So now you're in beautiful Willow Springs on Archer Avenue. As I said, a lot of activities in this area. To get a nice tour of the locations I should say, if you're in the Chicagoland area, HauntedChicago.com tours by Ursula. She's put out books on the area and everything. I highly recommend her tours, and who knows, maybe I'll be participating in one or two of them in the future. But right now this is Archer Avenue, and I'll point out a couple locations for you, a couple I will stay away from. This is on our way to the Grimes sisters area where they were found dead. And as you can tell, it is a nice town. Okay? So took one of the side streets. Let's give you more of a view of Willow Springs area. Nice historical, nice Victorian houses, nice big houses. Okay, and beautiful area, as I said. And it's hills, willow trees and stuff like that. Basically named for Willow Springs. It's been, I think in the 1800s, this area was developed or started to, people started to settle in here. So the early 1800s. But as we drive down one of the streets, take some views. It's very, very nice. It's like a home for me. I keep on being drawn to this area, Willow Springs. Okay, very, very nice area. So, as I said, it's been raining. It's getting a little foggy in here, but this is kind of like the back roads, as I said, of Willow Springs area. So, and it looks like they got an election coming up. But as you can see, all Victorian houses and stuff like that. Many of the houses out here are built off of Archer Avenue, are built up on the hills and stuff. A lot of old houses. And as you can see, Plus a little bit of the Willow Springs Archer Avenue road and what you may see if you came down here. This is one location here in Willow Springs that we've come to. It's called the Old Willow. It's called the Old Willow Shopping Center, shopping mall, little mall over here. And as you can see, there's a banquet castle that me and Deanna have done readings in. And back there in the woods, is very, very active. But you gotta go back there, find the creek. As you may notice, I'm cutting in and out a lot on this video. It's trying not to be suspicious, but the fact is, once in a while a police car drives by or somebody's standing somewhere and don't want to be caught with this camera and driving at the same time, even though I'm using both eyes, one through the camera and one just watching the road. Over here is what they call Ashbury Coffee House. I got published in one of the paranormal books, and it's very haunted, and you can look at more about it on our website, theunexplainedworld.com. Okay, I'm going to be pulling out of Old Willow, and as you can see the bridge I'm going to be crossing, and that'll take me to German Church Road, and that'll lead us to the area where the Grimes sisters were found dead. And so we're basically right now at Archer Avenue and Willow Springs Road. Now as I take you over the bridge, I'm going to take you a detour real fast to a very hardly known location. But for those who are spiritual, who are into the Indian lands, sacred lands, let me just say, this is probably the most, spiritual place that I've come across as far as to deal with the Indians, Native Americans. It's called Forest Preserve Columbia Woods. And as you can see, this is the canal. This area used to be used for traders, trading. I guess, what do I want to say? A lot of tradings between Native Americans and used to go on in this area. They would use this area to travel to get through the state or this part of the state. Anyways, it's called Columbia Woods. Matter of fact, they have reenactments in this area dedicated to the trading and stuff. We've had some rain. It's the beginning of spring. That's why a lot of this land is a little overrun with water. But as you can see, they would park their canoes. Fur traders, etc. would come in. They trade with the Native Americans. Foods, goods, stuff like that. Sometimes I come out here myself just to, I don't want to call it meditating, but just to let my mind flow with nature, touch base with nature. But it looks like, we could canoe right up to the curb here. This is usually, as you can see, guys out there fishing. This is usually used. It doesn't come up this far to water, but it looks like nature's kind of taking back, what is hers. So maybe it's a good idea I got in here. We're expecting more rain, but yep. As you can see, there's a big forest preserve. Okay, I'm back on track, and I'm on German Church Road. So we're going to take you down there. Like I said, the weather's been funky, and if the windows seem a little cloudy, that's because it is. I'm going to keep an eye out for where the Grimes sisters were found, for the simple fact I don't want to pass it up. So if I do, I'll be cutting back in, okay, so I come up to the location. Okay, what I'm doing, I'm walking up upon the area. As you can see, the ground is soft, and the city or whoever has made sure that they put fire hydrants on both sides of this area. So basically you cannot park, okay, without having trouble with the law. I don't even know if I can get in trouble where I park. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying this again as when I was here a couple seconds ago on the tape, the whole camera went dead. The battery, everything. So I went back home, charged the sucker up, came back out here. I don't know what happened. I know it was charged when I left. But we're walking up to the area where the Grimes sisters were found, and it's known as Devil's Creek. Now, they disappeared. Last time their mother seen them was December 28th, 1956. They were found in this area where I'm at, along the side of the road, naked, near this area, Devil's Creek, on January 23rd, 1957. Nude, naked, and frozen. There's the creek. This would be the area of the road. Another nice, allegedly, location, I guess, depending on your view of it. But they were found by a driver driving by, individual, somewhere alongside of this road, and he thought it was two mannequins. So this is the area in which they were found. Now, on the paranormal side, it is said that you can hear a car drive by here, hit its brakes, a car door opening, something going thud in the woods over here, then the tires taking off. This is heard on a regular basis. Over here where the Grimes sisters, Barbara and Patricia, were found murdered or dead and frozen. And this is German Church Road. Now the other thing is, right behind this fence here stood a house, which is right next to the area where the bodies were found. And allegedly, as the story goes, a bunch of stuff was happening in this home, in this area. Now, I'm not going to crawl up any further here. Let's see, I'll take a walk down the road and see if we can get a better view. Okay, the way the story goes that I heard it is so much stuff was going on in this area where this house stood that the owners back then fled and left the house. And what happened was, after that, for no known reason, the house burnt to the ground. So this is the area. And since then, the land has stood vacant. Plus, no trespassing, private property. So, recommendation, stay out of here. Okay, I'm walking back upon the area where the Grimes sisters were found, Barbara and Patricia, back on January 28th, 1957. I will also take a little bit more of a tour of the Willow Spring spots to show you some locations real fast. It's not a, and what I would also, recommend, highly recommend, if you're looking for a tour, a long tour, nice tour, historical tour of these areas, look up hauntedchicago.com. Ursula, who's published books, many on the Chicago hauntings, also runs one of the top known tours here in the Chicagoland area. And the Archery Avenue, Willow Springs area, Grimes Sisters, all that is part of the tour. So our final look here at Devil's Creek, German Church Road, and back in 1957, January 23rd, I'm sorry, where the Grimes Sisters were found. Viewers, I'm at the other end of Archery Avenue. I'm going to take you to an area, a location, where one of the very first reportings of hauntings happened in this area, maybe even in the Chicagoland area period. Because the very first hauntings reported were in the late 1830s and 1840s. This is St. James Cemetery. Like I said, I'm just giving you a quick tour of some of the locations along Archer Avenue. And that it's also been known and called Monk's Castle in this area. Very beautiful Irish, mostly Irish cemetery. Those that worked on the canal, Illinois Canal, were buried here, and they were mostly Irish. So this is a fast glimpse of St. James Cemetery. Okay, I'm back on the road. We're on Archer Avenue, and you can see many of these sites that I've given you a fast glimpse at. Photos, stories, stuff I've experienced at my website, theunexplainedworld.com. Remember, this Archer Avenue used to be Indian travel land, the road they would take. You know, of course it wasn't paved or nothing, but this has actually been recorded historically as an Indian land, Native American, and they would travel the same road we are driving on. I want to give you a fast glimpse of Fairmont Hills Cemetery. This is a cemetery where, when the mausoleum was standing, music could be heard playing from it. And I will take you up to the area of the mausoleum where it once stood. Now, I do have a photograph of that mausoleum on our website. I'm one of the few people that have that photograph. So, I believe it's under other locations, other pictures, whatever. But let me take you up here if I don't drive off the road. Okay. And what is weird about the picture I have is the fact that okay, they even took away the steps. It was right around here. The fact is that the picture I got looks like fire from the inside trying to get out. The bricks were even pushed out. Yep. Mausoleum was standing right in this area. There's the steps, but no mausoleum. Well, like I said, the music in that could be heard, and at that time, it's no longer there, but at the website, theunexplainedworld.com, it can still be seen. So, yeah, it's kind of a interesting cemetery, as you can see. It's a roundabout road to get out of here, and so doing so, I'm going to take you out to one or two other spots on this, I guess you could say, what started out to be the Grimes Sisters. Now I'm lost. What started out to be the Grimes Sisters locations has turned into somewhat of a tour, a fast one, of Haunted Archer Avenue, Willow Springs, and other locations on the way to and from. What stood here used to be right in this area, straight ahead out the window, which is vacant now, is a house of 1,000 bargains. I used to go in there many times. Tell you what, nothing's been reported about the location or the house or the building that stood there, which was a house basically. But I lay money on it. It's something in this area did go on. Okay, as I travel on Archer Avenue here again, we can see a little bit of, I don't know, you want to call it downtown Willow Springs. Over here on my right, Frankie's Roadhouse. Used to be Cavalone's, then was Rico D's until maybe the spirits chased Rico D's out, who knows. But now it's Frankie's Roadhouse Restaurant, Bar, Grill, and Pizzeria. And there, the famous, where the dead still dance, the Willowbrook Ballroom in Willow Springs. And this is where part of Archer Avenue, that, of course, Resurrection Mary still appears. So, thank you. I hope you enjoyed this tour. It was a spontaneous type of thing. As I said, I was out to do the Grime Sisters, but since I was in the area, I decided we'll do this also. And for more, to see photos, stories of some of these locations, just go to theunexplainedworld.com. My name is Edward Shanahan, and thank you very much, and happy hauntings. Bye-bye.